Grab some food in a few, but not right now. It's just in the kitchen waiting for me.
All right, John, you said you have bless now, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
Ooh.
There you go.
All
That's your blessed sound effect. If Jeff was here, he'd appreciate that.
Wait, what is this? What? Oh, that's concentration, not ritual. All right. All right, I'm good.
Is Garrett here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was about to jump into the recap unless if you needed a second, Garrett.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Who would like to tell me what happened last time?
We fought. That was about it. We fought, right?
Yeah, that was most of it. I mean, there's a little bit of details to it.
We
but...
threw the hag in the pot. I'm fuzzy on what we did with Zarkon. Did we just like leave him there?
Yeah.
He was like, yes.
And then we just bolted because we saw the other hags coming.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
We
the
ran.
hag.
Zarkon pretty much had a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
What date was that?
Date? Like what day we played last?
Oh, I guess I can look.
No. What's the calendar day in the world of?
Don't ask me that question. Don't ask me that question.
June 4th.
No. It's like to be like a Juniper for
So a month ago exactly.
30 days ago.
I tried to keep up with the calendar for a little bit, then it just got obscene.
Isn't there an app
There
that does
is.
that?
There is one, but you guys still gotta make your own days and months and names and shit.
Just add an O to the end of every single real month and real day.
I'll add a mon.
Sundeo.
Sundeo, Mondeo, Tuesdayo. Oh goodness.
Tuesdayo.
Deo.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think that was it. Did we? Yeah, we grabbed the bear.
Yeah, you grabbed Scrappy. Fight broke out. You guys pretty much instantly dunked Liza in the boiling cauldron, killing her almost immediately. Fight then ensued between you guys and Zarkon, who used a handful of magical scrolls he had, and eventually summoned a gaggle of abyssal chickens that put up quite a problem for the group for a little while. But Tito managed to stay on his feet the entire time and continuing the battle. And you guys left Zarkon pretty much just a shell of his former self. He seemed to have just an entire mental breakdown as the situation ensued before him. And the three of you fled from the hut, and you made it outside of the misty barrier that separated it and hid it from the rest of the world moments after the other two, which you could only presume to be hags, sisters, relatives of the one that you all killed, presumably. And that is where we go ahead and jump back into things, unless if you guys have any questions, meta or story-wise, before we get into it.
Didn't he kind of have like a moment of clarity, though, Zarkon, like right at the end before we left?
What do you mean? Like what? Like what did he say specific? Did he say something specific that caught your attention, or?
Well, I mean, didn't he like tell us to leave before they got there?
Yeah. He kind of gave you guys a warning of like, you don't want to be here when they get here.
You guys don't have enough pots for all of them.
I don't know.
He pretty much warned you guys that if you stayed when they got here, you wouldn't make it through that.
But still getting the crazy vibes. Still.
Oh yeah, he's still. I mean, Zarkon has never been sane for most of the time that you guys have known him, but this time in particular was very strange. He seemed to just suffer like an emotional break almost.
Already. I have a feeling I'm not going to get my ores.
That's right.
These freaking ores.
Yeah. So, any questions, matter of story wise?
Nope.
I'm good.
Excuse me. All right. So. Oh man, sorry. So tension's still running high with the three of you. You guys, I know it's been a while since we've last played, but for in-character perspective, you guys just moments ago, I think moments ago, some of you were just resuscitated from being unconscious, potentially fighting off dying. But now you all have managed to escape to the outside mist, but you're still within that initial forest that you guys ventured into that kind of made you feel like you were in the hag's territory, for lack of a better term. What would you all like to do now as I change the music up and get a scene going for
So
us?
have we just gone? We're basically just now on the other side of the mist.
Correct. Yeah, like you just got out of the boat, climbed up the mounts of dirt, and pulled yourself across the mist barrier that kind of hides the tree from everything else.
Did we go back exactly to where we came from? Like, does it look like we're in a familiar area?
Yeah, it's right about the same area that you guys came from,
Okay.
because, I mean, Zarkon just took the closest path, it seemed, to this general area to begin with. I'm looking on finding the map right now of kind of exactly where you guys are going to be at. Just for reference, you don't need to necessarily move around on this map or anything. This is just to kind of help you guys out with where exactly we're at.
So as I kind of stumble my way, well, I guess I've already gotten out of the boat. We've climbed above onto the bank now. We're through the mist. So I kind of want to turn to them and be like, we need to get somewhere so I need to lie down.
Now where we stayed like overnight the first time.
That's a ways off.
It's a little ways off from where you guys are at now, for sure. Yeah.
Because we followed footprints. We like through.
You could certainly attempt to make it back there, but you guys are also still within the forest at that point.
So I heard a screaming.
Yes,
right?
Coming from the top of the hut, correct, from the crow's nest when the hags landed.
I guess before I went through the mist was like a one-way mirror, right?
Yeah, exactly. It protected the hag hut from being seen from the outside in, but it could see from the outside, or you could see from the inside out. Excuse me.
Did I notice anybody leaving before I went through the mist?
What do you mean? Like anybody leaving the hut?
Yes.
Or roll
Like-
a perception check for me.
As in to chase us.
Okay. Well, I'm never gonna.
Oh wait,
know
that's a
anything
private
else, you
roll.
guys.
1 second.
That's fine. It's fine. I can see it
Okay.
still. So, but if you want to change it to public, feel free to. 21. Yeah. So as you kind of were frantically getting up out of the boat, trying to climb up, helping your group get up and above the bank back into the swampy area, you were constantly checking behind your shoulder, guy, making sure that there was nobody coming after you. It seemed like there was certainly a scene starting to form at the hag hut, but it seems like people were still currently taking information in. You even saw a desperate Zarkon begging a little bit. You saw him get smacked around a couple of times by one of the larger creatures in there. Though a lot of the lights began to dim, the candles, all of the flames within the hut themselves began to really dim down to next to no light available inside the hut shortly after that. So it was difficult to see what else was going on after that. And some of the figures from the other two individuals that just arrived are well cloaked and well hidden, and you weren't able to get a good look into any of them, though their sizes are much larger for one and much smaller for another, comparative to Liza.
And how far away is that cave?
From where you guys are at now, where you long rested,
Yeah.
guessing 3 or 4 hours. If you could make it there pretty quickly, but you guys are also a little beat up, so traveling quickly could be tough for you guys. Not impossible, just tough.
I guess on that 3 or 4 hour trip to here, did I notice any other place that would be good to like bunk down?
Roll a history check for me and see if you can recall anything as you guys were traveling at this point.
I mean, I would recall it.
Do you have a feat or background?
I have the what's it called?
Oh, like like everywhere you've been or whatever.
I've been. I have like perfect. Oh, my
Recollection.
Outlander. Well, Wanderer, you have excellent memory for maps and geography. You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. In addition, you can find food, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, cool. So with Zarek's input at this point, I didn't call you Snicket this time. Zarek, you would definitely know that when you were wandering around this forest trying to figure out what the fuck was going on initially, there was definitely plenty of different alcoves, little nooks or crannies you all could attempt to hide. You specifically would have a really easy time, Zarek. Guy, even so. Tito might cause a problem in some occasions, but there was a handful of different spots that you could make do in the moment for in terms of just being visually hidden and like well enough protected. But you've felt a sense of unease ever since you've kind of walked through the threshold into this forest, Zarek, and you've never been able to escape the feeling that there's always eyes behind you watching where you go.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time you turn around and you can't see anything there. Other times flocks of birds or crows, ravens fly off into the distance. And it's left you with this sense of unease that even though there might not visually be anybody looking at you, it feels as if there's always been eyes on you since you walked into this forest.
And so it's 3 or 4 hours to the cave. How much longer the outside of that zone or whatever?
I'm sorry, say that one more time. How much longer, like the outside of the forest, or
Yes,
okay.
or that dome or whatever it was.
You guys had traveled in the forest for you guys also weren't traveling very fast. I want to say when you first entered in, you ran in and then you guys kind of tried to lie low for a little bit. So from the place where you guys long rested, it probably would be another couple of hours. This is all guesstimating. You guys aren't 100% sure on the time frame, but from where you're at now, if you just try to straight book it out of the forest, straight line, 6, 7, maybe 8 hours. It depends upon how fast you guys would try to be moving.
Okay. Then I would suggest we get to a spot where we can rest for about an hour. And then take our chances from there.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So, Zarek, I'll let you lead on.
All right, I'll do my best.
All right, so you can just automatically find a spot, correct? No check even or no roll
Yeah,
even
it
needed
says
situation.
it just says I can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around me.
All right, easily enough. Are you just looking for the closest one available, or is there a particular spot you'd like to head back to of any kind?
Just definitely the closest one available because I'm pretty desperate at this point.
No worries. We'll just skip over just scene, just look at something different. Excuse me. So, with Zarek leading the way, there is a relatively safe spot for you guys to hide out for a little while, just not more than 40-45 minutes away from where you guys are at. It kind of breaks through where kind of this marshy area begins a little bit, and it starts to get a little bit colder, a little bit more snow and frost on the ground. There's some heavy, thick trees, thickets, and bushes all around. With a little bit of careful maneuvering and some building of snow patches to hold up some larger leaves and branches, you guys are able to create a pretty decent sized little covered area for you all to hang out in that gives you total protection from vision around. A large blanket of snow falls over top of it in not more than a few minutes, and you guys blend in perfectly inside.
All right, so we can roll hit dice.
If you guys want to take a short rest, yeah, it's going to take an hour here undisturbed. But if you guys want to take a short rest, you can roll some hit dice there.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Anyone want to do anything during a short rest? You guys could do like super minimal activity, like reading a book or something.
I want to. Well, I mean, I would be exhausted because I have 1 HP, so I'm just gonna like sit and like try not to die.
Okay, for sure. And you guys can roll as many hit dice as you'd like. The rule of hit dice is you get half your hit dice back when you take a long rest.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
You had said last time that the amount of HP that we rolled, we also regained that much, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like when you leveled up, let's say you got 7 HP maximum. I also say players take that 7 HP in the moment. Like don't just
Okay.
increase your max by 7. Also take 7 like hit points.
So Garrett, your character would not be at 1 HP then, correct?
Wait, what? Sorry. Say that again. What happened?
Yours would not be at 1 HP.
Oh, because I got that
Yeah.
extra health.
I award the HP as well when you level. I don't
Okay.
just increase the max.
What did I roll
We can
last?
roll
I'm
up
looking at
in
the
the-
history.
yeah,
Well,
scroll.
I'm just looking at the history of what I rolled.
Roll
I
a
rolled.
D8 plus 2.
I got a 10,
Look at you go.
so I'm actually at 18 health.
And you guys can roll as many of your hit dice as you want. You can roll one at a time and then
I
go
roll
from
one
there.
more.
And you guys also have an hour technically. Nice.
Woo!
In game. So if there's anything you guys want to chit chat about, talk about within your characters, you have plenty of time to do so.
If I have a ritual spell, does that go within a short rest?
So
I mean, it's just kind of undisturbed type.
You won't be able to short rest during the ritual casting. A ritual casting requires like 10 minutes of absolutely nothing else but sitting there focusing on the ritual cast of a spell. If you want to ritual cast something after the short rest or before the short rest, you can. You'll just be a little off on the time frame from everyone else of the short rest then.
Okay. Who has the sword again?
Me.
All right. Do you want me to take a look at that?
Yeah.
See what I can find out about it?
I'm just gonna lay here for a bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a bit. Before I do that though, I think we should go ahead and just talk a quick game plan so I can kind of be at ease knowing what we're doing going forward before I kind of lie down a bit. Because the whole point of coming out here was it not to get information for helping us take out Glisk? Is that what we were coming out here for?
It was to try. It was to see if we could find something to help us with Glisk.
All
It's
right.
multi-purpose. You guys had a handful of different things going on.
Well, I mean, obviously, other than the bear, we got mission A, numero uno accomplished.
Where is the bear right now?
It's with us, just hanging out.
Oh, okay.
He's passed
I'm assuming.
out. Yeah, he's with
out,
you guys. He's
he had a
passed
big
out
day.
asleep.
He had a big
He's
day.
in my shell.
Me and him had some real bonding moments. So, I mean, what do you think are? I mean, I don't know. Do you have a next plan of attack of what we should do? Because I mean, going back there, unless we can get the hags away. I mean, I don't. Did you see anything that maybe was beneficial to help us with Glisk? I'm not as well versed with the. It looked like alchemy stuff that's going on in there. I don't know if you could see anything that looked helpful or not.
If I try to recall, was there anything? I mean, I know on that one thing that I looked at, do I remember if there's anything that was in all that chaos? Did I see anything? I mean, I know I took. 1 second. Oh, I took a purplish green potion.
Mm-hmm.
That was just on the way out. But
Sure, you just grabbed a random one, yeah.
As I was dodging and dying in that room, didn't see anything that was like something that I would know would be a rare ingredient or.
Sure. I mean, are you just looking for the notion of rare ingredients or anything like that, or is there something specific you're looking for as to say any motives?
No, I wouldn't have looked for anything in
just any sort of rare ingredients that you might have found or seen.
Yeah, just at a glance. I wasn't trying to find.
Go ahead and roll a nature check for me. The majority of what you found in there was various plants and flora that grow in various regions. Pretty fucking good. So thinking back on it now, after you've had a little bit of moments to kind of calm down and compose your thoughts, there was a plethora of rare ingredients strewn all across that room. However, a great many of them come from regions that they are certainly not snowy, cold tundras like the one you're in right now. You saw a half a dozen various rare plants in there that require strict sunlight or an extreme amount of water to grow properly. So wherever these hags are procuring, all of these materials, they're certainly doing it from more than just what they can gather within the tundra. You know that, to say the least. And on top of it, those plants that you did spot have a wide variety of effects. Some of them are from simple poisoning effects to healing effects, to ones as extreme as mind control, things of that nature, or ones to paralyze someone or put them under a deep magical sleep for an extended period of time. There was a wide variety of potions, or potential potions available, I should say.
But nothing that was like, wow, this would be like...
No, like, extreme bio agent that would fucking wipe out an entire country with, a small amount or anything. Certainly a lot of very valuable ingredients that could make some pretty scary potions if used in the right or wrong way, depending upon how you're looking at it. But nothing like the fate of the world is at risk, or nothing that you're afraid of is like going to wipe out this whole town.
Okay, but more specific to what we need to do when we get back to town. Would there be something that's like, oh, that would become very useful, but really just poisons, potions,
mind control, and paralysis, and deep magical slumber-inducing ingredients. A lot of those specifically, to be honest, there was a strong amount of the vines and roots needed to make deep magical sleep potions. We're talking ones that keep people under for months at a time.
Oh, ooh, okay. I convey this to the rest of the party, and saying that, yeah, a lot of those could help. I mean, you could put someone to sleep for months with what they had.
Interesting.
How long could you turn them into a cabbage?
I'm still perfecting that. So
still working on that one.
Still perfecting that one.
Tito snorts.
But I think what we should do is get back to that cave and try to maybe sleep, and then figure out what we're gonna do after a longer rest.
I mean, do we want to waste that much time? I mean, I think after I take a quick little nap, I'll be good to go.
You want to go back in there now?
I mean, I don't know if we need to go back all the way to the cave that we were at before, or I mean, I don't know. What do you need to recoup for? I mean, Tito, do you need to like hours, like 5 hours to get back on your feet, or can we make something happen in a shorter time frame?
I'm always on my feet.
I just don't want to. I mean, if we've got them kind of in a stressed out place, I don't know if giving them time to readjust would be a good idea, or if they start. I don't know.
Well, maybe we can use this sword. I know this sword. It's the same sword that he stuck into that meteorite, right?
No, it's a different one.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then, maybe it's not the one that
It's a sword.
It is a sword.
Didn't it have like a flame on it or something?
This particular one that guy's talking about?
The one that we have, like it's a
the
flame.
one that you have has like almost kind of like a molten lava kind of effect all over it. The sword kind of has like cracks all up and down it, and emits like a raw heat from it.
You know, Zark didn't even say thank you to me for giving him that.
Well, I'm kind of recovering right now. I'll thank you after I get some sleep, but I just wanted an idea of what you guys were thinking.
I mean, if you're both are good going in there, I won't have any healing.
Yeah, because guy's out of spells, correct?
Well, I mean, leveling up, technically, I have now.
You get one more.
No. I can cast less, and I can cast Misty Step because of my feet.
Interesting.
I mean,
okay.
Because I can cast those each once without a spell slot.
Uh-huh.
That's why I took it, because I only have 3 spell slots. So
I am very sneaky. Don't know if you've noticed that. Do you think it'd be a good idea if you could kind of maybe draw or describe things that I could potentially go back in and grab, and we can
I
avoid
could
a
probably
confrontation?
do that. Yeah.
'Cause I think that might be our best shot. Unfortunately, uh, I won't be able to tell you if I'm in danger or not because we used
we use the sending stone.
the sending stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
We
can
can
you smell if I'm in danger with that big nose of yours?
negatory.
Can you shit yourself for him?
No.
I mean, if
Yeah.
I
If you
yeah,
think you can get in and out,
I think I can. I think I'm capable, and I think that's probably our best our way to get results.
where do you want us to wait?
Maybe we should we I guess scout out. I mean, because JR, when we were inside, could we kind of gauge? Because we could see the interior of the fog wall, right? Once we got inside.
What do you mean? Like you're saying once you got inside the fog, you could see what was inside of the
Could I
inside
see
of it?
the other edge of the fog? Like I'm
But
imagining I was in a circle, I was in a circle of fog. Is that true? Once we got
like
inside.
it's like domed, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a domed all around the hut.
So roughly, how big was that? Like in diameter wise, like how big was that?
You would probably from edge to edge, probably about the length of a football field
Okay,
from
okay.
like side to side, if that
And
helps.
then when we walked through the fog, did I have a rough idea of how thick? I mean, I guess
It took you
how long
guys
the fog was thick for?
just walking at like a regular pace. It took you guys like 2 or 3 seconds to walk all the way through it.
Okay,
So it's not anything insane.
okay,
And for a height perspective, it goes to just a little above the tip of the actual tree that the hut is built within,
yeah.
which is 150 feet tall, maybe.
Hmm.
It would be your rough guess.
Okay. So maybe we should. It does this area of fog is look to be too large. Maybe we should do a perimeter check, and see the most advantageous spot. See if we can get some cover that you guys can stay under and not be too far away, just in case I do get into trouble.
What was the distance between the edge of the water and the hut? Like when we took the little boat ride.
Um,
And it was water, right? Or was it just like
it was
swampy?
water. Yeah, swampy water.
Okay.
It was hot sauce. Yeah, convert it to meters, please.
Yeah, you wanted in meters, please.
I want it in basketballs.
It's probably 150 feet or so from the edge of the bank to the actual start of the we'll say balcony or porch for their home.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I say that sounds like a good plan. So we'll rest here for now.
Yep, we'll take a quick maybe
Hour and 10
yeah,
minute rest, roughly.
yep. Let's make it hour 15.
Yeah, if you could hand me that sword too, I'll see what I can glean from it.
Yeah, you can my pack's right over there. Go ahead and get it out of there. I've already set it down, so
Okay.
I'm gonna rest.
All right. Then I will ritual cast. What is it? Identify.
Oh yeah.
All
And
right.
and also the purplish whatever potion. Would I have to cast identify on that as well, or is that something that I can maybe glean?
That's
at
going to
a
more so be
short
you'd
rest?
have to potentially taste testing a little bit, sniffing it, taking some time to kind of more so gleam into it. While potions or alchemy can be magical to an extent, identify is more so used for magical items, not necessarily a potion.
So identifying that, can I lump that in
That-
with the short rest?
You should have
Yeah,
Tito test
If
it.
it's just like smelling and tasting and stuff, just sitting there.
We'll just do like an intelligence test,
Okay.
or because there's not really. I guess this nature doesn't really work. Not necessarily survival either.
I guess it's more like investigation, maybe.
Investigation specifically into looking around. I'd be more inclined. Do you have like an alchemy supply kit or like an alchemy tool or anything?
Alchemist supplies. I have.
Yeah, I'd be more inclined for you because I'm assuming you have proficiency in alchemist supplies.
Yes, and I have
Uh,
alchemist supplies. But is
yeah,
that a roll?
yeah. You can. I believe you could click on that and it'll give you a D20 roll with your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Ooh. Okay.
And we'll go with that, and more so like using the tools that you have within your alchemy supplies, as well as your own knowledge to try to identify what type of potion this is. So kind of knowing where you picked this potion up from, Guy, and the amount of poisonous ingredients you saw just sitting around the table where you grabbed this from, you're not necessarily looking to immediately jump towards the taste test idea for this one. So your first inkling is to find a nearby leaf that you slightly dip into the potion bottle, and you immediately begin to hear the singeing of the leaf. And as you pick it up mere moments later, the leaf has entirely disintegrated up to the point in which it was dunked within this small greenish purplish mixture.
Oh my god.
Definitely some sort of acidic potion for sure. Though its potency, you're not 100% sure. Leaf isn't necessarily the best representation of a strong, strong resilience to an acidic poison.
So is it more of a poison or acid?
Definitely more acidic.
Okay.
Just with how quickly it ate away at the leaf, you would assume it's acid based.
So it's not something that you would like put on a dagger to put.
No, probably not.
It would just eat that away.
It would just eat away whatever you put it at.
Gotcha.
It seems like you're not 100% sure. You don't know how it will react with metal compared to just like a leaf or whatever.
All right. I will just put a purplish green acid. Okay.
Yeah, good enough rule to figure out kind of a good idea of what it's going to do, but unfortunately not enough to know the exact details of how it will function.
All right. And that is all I want to do for the short rest.
All right. Anybody else have anything they wanted to do during the short rest?
Nah.
I wanted to rest.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you guys already rested. we all rolled the hit dice already. So I think where are we at? Everyone's okay on HP, or
Yeah, I rolled hit
I'm great on
dice.
HP.
guys on okay on HP? None of his base spell slots. Sorry, I do this just for my own keep track. Zark's doing all right, but you don't really have anything that refreshes on a long rest, do you, Zark? It's all just kind of like just HP for you at this point.
Well, I mean, I have my sending stone. That's it.
Oh, yeah, but none of like your class features or
Yeah.
ability are long
Nope.
rest dependent, which is pretty cool. So you can just short rest and keep going. Tito, my guy though is Tito, you only got 15 HP, bud.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Rough life.
1 second.
Yeah.
And you're out. Rages only refreshes on long rest, right?
Yeah, I'm a little rough right now.
Oh, I don't know if you noticed, I did make under your features tab, there's another thing that says rage. It says active effect on it. If you click on that, it will link in chat a box for you to apply an active effect to your token, and it will apply the active effect of raging, which should automatically apply your extra damage for raging to your damage rolls from now on.
Nice.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you about that at the start, and I just noticed it when I was looking at your character sheet.
Saturday.
And I will go ahead and probably make another active effect to add for Great Weapon Master for that too in the future, I guess. Okay, I don't think John's here, but I think we're all good on the short rest, right? Everyone's done everything they wanted to do in the meantime.
Yeah.
So you guys are free to do whatever you'd like to do at this point. So we will wait a second for John to get back before we make any decisions.
So I'll go in different directions.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, so John, you came back right as Zarek and Tito headed off in two different directions. Zarek heading south and Tito heading north. What would you like to do?
I
I'm
I
just
guess I,
kidding.
I
I'm just
ritual
kidding.
I ritual casted identify on that sword.
Yeah, you did. You finished ritual casting identify on that sword, and you would identify the sword that you were holding within your hands, Guy, to be a Hellfire longsword, I believe what it was.
Oh hell yeah, it is.
And what that means is that that particular blade is linked with the 9 hells, and that any creature that you slay with that blade, you will rip its soul from its body, and you will send it down into. I don't want to mess up the wording. You'll send it down to the River of Styx, where it's reborn instantly as a Lemur devil and will become one of the many, many members of the fiendish army of the 9 hells.
That's pretty metal.
Wow.
And it also sheds a dim light in a 5-foot radius, so that's pretty cool too.
Okay. Now is the dim light, is that like something you can choose, or is it like not
like,
good?
It does shed a dim light in a 5-foot radius.
But is it like a choice, or it just does it because it's like a lightsaber?
Oh, it just does it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, okay. So maybe not the best for you to be carrying around right now.
While
Or
it seems though that while it's sheathed,
okay.
the light is unable to penetrate the cover of the sheath.
Okay, I was gonna say, because if we're like glowing here with this like lightsaber, just okay. Oh, then yes, you can. Yeah, then I'll give it back to him. I also give him the acid, just in case he needs it. Zark, if you're
Okay.
going in there.
I mean, I'm still asleep right now, so.
Are we not done with the short rest?
Oh, are we completely done now?
Yeah, you're good. You guys
Okay,
have
never mind.
completed the short rest.
I am awake, and so I take it.
Okay. And I also give you the purplish green acid.
Do you know what it does?
It burns stuff. It's acid.
Okay. Which acid should I? Which acid should be my backup? Which should be my primary acid? The purplish green or the other one?
I thought you used the other one.
What other one? I used the one I had.
Right. All I have is purplish green.
Oh, I thought you were giving me 2. Never mind.
No. No,
Okay.
purplish
No,
green
it's
acid.
one.
It's
Okay.
just
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It's just a random bottle that I
Then I
snagged.
take it.
Snag from the hags.
All right, and I will delete this from my inventory somehow.
Wait, are you talking about the purplish green liquid?
Yeah.
Just have JR drag it out of your inventory, put it into my inventory.
Can you do that, JR?
Yeah, I got you.
Is
It's
it
at
there?
the very
Or
bottom.
do you have the add-on that lets us trade between our inventories?
I'm not sure if there is. I don't think I have it, but I
Okay.
will be. I'll be happy to download it though.
Yeah, that way we can just pass stuff back and forth.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. What would you guys like to do?
All right, so I say we start our hike around the perimeter.
Okay. You lead the way.
All right, I'm gonna do a stealth pace essentially, so that or stealth march.
Okay.
A sneaky.
Yeah.
Go ahead and. Holy shit! You okay, David?
What?
Oh, you just typed "holy shit." Oh, that's 3 minutes ago. I'm really behind. Never mind.
David's like, oh my god, what?
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me, Zarek.
Perception. Oh.
Because you said you wanted to move
Yeah,
stealthily
yeah,
or stealthy.
yeah.
Yeah, I was holy shitting about the sword.
Oh, okay.
And the river of Styx.
And then go ahead and roll a perception check. Right, you were actively looking around, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
So I got a
Go ahead.
question.
Yeah. What's up?
What if you roll lower than your passive perception?
They're 2 separate things.
Yeah.
Jared and I've talked about this before. Because I was thinking like your passive perception would be a floor, but Jared described it as essentially your passive perception is like, I don't know, things you wouldn't need to see, like you wouldn't need to search for, and regular perception is things that you would have to search for to see.
They're,
At
they're
least,
used
I
a
think
little
that's
bit
how you
differently.
described it.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
right.
gonna say like
they're used a
that
little
would
bit
be like
differently.
broken.
And sometimes actively seeking can also help you a little bit more. Like, so let's say someone was sneaking around and I'm using Garrett's passive perception. Excuse me, for them to sneak around. If he was actively looking for them, I would, when I rule situations like that, I would rule that the DC is like easier to find them during an active perception look, because you are actively searching something out at that point, which usually can make things a little bit easier. But the game has semantics for or specific rules about how you separate the two of them most of the time.
Interesting.
Passive perception, though, is still great to have because it means that you guys are probably never going to be snuck up on, and there will very rarely be situations where you miss out on like little hidden keys or like little features of like a room or something like that. You know, Zarek is going to be really instrumental for picking stuff up like that almost immediately.
Cool.
Yay.
As to
Okay.
what you immediately see when you are looking around, when you kind of come outside of the little hidden campsite you made for yourselves, there are dozens of black feathered birds all around tree branches nearby. Not necessarily looking particularly in your direction, Zarek, but very clearly seeking for something. You can hear the birds' cries echo throughout the forest, calling out to one another. You can hear them rippling down until the echo fades out of earshot. Their heads turn and twist as if they're actively seeking or searching something.
And so this is like immediately in our vicinity. It looks like they're like essentially like everywhere, or is this
Yeah,
actually
they're,
already okay?
they're spread out all around you. They're not necessarily all staring right at you or
Yeah.
anything, and they're not necessarily all grouped right around you. You see them sprawled all across your immediate area. You
Okay.
see them 50 feet down on a random tree. You spot a handful in your immediate area. There's dozens and dozens of them all around.
So I turn back to them and be like, maybe we shouldn't go around because these birds, they're everywhere. I don't know if magic works where they can spy using the birds. What do you guys think? You guys know? I mean, do you think that could be what they're doing? Have you seen something like that? Is that possible?
I mean, they're definitely searching for us. So
Burp.
That's what I'm saying, Kennedy.
I don't know what Kennedy was saying, but I say we do that.
All right.
Kennedy
David,
said
roll
it's
for.
time for a TPK.
So I mean, should we continue to go around, or should we just essentially you guys hold back up here and I go in?
We can try to do that. I mean, I'm not good for sneaking. Neither is Tito.
Yeah, because I'm afraid if we're all going around the perimeter, I'm afraid that if
No,
they.
I will not be going around. It is not good if I go around the perimeter,
All
especially if
right.
there's people actively searching for me.
Okay.
Active
Then.
perception.
Are we going to split the party?
Yeah.
You guys hear a crack of lightning off in the distance and an ominous wind wisp in through the door of your little hut.
We're splitting with a plan, though. Like that's what makes the difference.
Yeah,
A
we're not just
second
walking.
crack of lightning comes down in the distance.
Does it scare away the birds? Either one of those? Maybe.
No, not so much. They seem accustomed to it.
Well, that was weird. So I'm gonna go find his stuff.
Okay.
All right. So are you gonna tell me what I'm looking for? Are you gonna
Oh.
describe it?
Yeah, I guess I could have done that during the short rest too. I'm just sitting there. Or were you like sleeping?
I was asleep. I
Okay.
was zonked.
Well, in that case, I'll take a couple minutes to describe some of like the rarer stuff.
All right, go ahead and make a nature check for me, guy.
I was also, one second, going to see.
I'm going to ask, do any of these things have like a distinct smell of some sort?
I was actually about to do that. 1 second, I'm looking for it. Okay. Okay. Through magical tinkering ability, I can have an object continuously emit your choice of an odor or nonverbal sound. And so through that, I will kind of try to get as close as I can to these certain smells, like, kind of mix up a quick concoction and have him smell that, and as long as with describing, it's like giving him an idea of what these things smell like
That's
and
good. I
how
like it.
to distinguish those.
Okay, you want to try to simulate the smell of some of them?
Yes, this is
Because some of them are pretty rare and not necessarily going to be something that you have on your person right now. You could.
no, it would be through magical tinkering. It's a
Oh, excuse me. So you can
it's
just
an
you
ability.
can emulate smells then with it. It doesn't necessarily have to be something you have on you.
Yeah, the object continuously emits your choice of an odor or nonverbal
Ooh,
sound.
okay, cool. My bad. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Yes, I can make stuff smelly. So
Surprisingly, this time it actually comes in handy.
yeah, for the first time ever, I can actually use the smelliness.
Alrighty.
I don't know how to link this.
I think I think that you should hold on to the sword for now, just in case, because
Oh, there it is.
I'm worried that I don't know. Maybe they have some link to it. If they have some link to it, because
How about Tito holds the sword?
sure, I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna. I mean, if I get caught, I'm gonna book it out of there as fast as I can. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
trying
don't
to fight.
really use swords, so
I'm just saying, hold on to it because I don't want them. I don't want to have it essentially when I go
okay.
in there.
Then Tito will hold the sword. If you're fine with that.
It's not natural.
It is pretty cool looking. Do I know? Is there a certain history to that sword that I would know?
To that particular sword.
Yeah.
You know about the sticks?
Or is it like? Is it just like a type of sword? It's
You
not
can
like
go ahead and roll
the Hellfire or whatever.
It's not necessarily like the weapon. You would know
Oh.
that just because of the level of power. It's more
Just
so
like a weapon.
If you want
Okay,
to know more
gotcha.
about the history of that type of blade, you could attempt to roll a history check for me, and maybe you could ascertain a little bit more information about it.
Sure. History. Hey, 11.
So not too much more information to be gleaned than kind of what we already talked about. Like we said, it's a Hellfire longsword, and it is closely related to fiends, devil lords, and such. The River of Styx is what runs through the Nine Hells and very often carries souls of the damned and those who have made deals with various devils or devil lords that have not gone in their favor, condemning them to a eternal life of being cast into a lemur body, which is a low ranking devil within the front lines of the Blood War, only to die. Their soul goes to the River of Styx, and the process is repeated over and over and over again.
So
And that's what this sword sends someone to.
Okay, so through identification, do I know that it's like? Are there any like drawbacks
To using it,
to
not
using
that
it?
you know,
Okay.
of. No, outside of any moral issues you may
Oh,
have
okay,
with
gotcha.
sending someone's soul
Yeah,
to
I didn't know if it was like, oh, if
eternal
you use
damnation,
this,
pretty
like you
much.
slowly go insane every time.
Not
Okay.
that you know of.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Cool.
The
That-
sword
that's
of
good.
Cain.
I'm
It's the
good
sword
giving
of
it-
Cain. Drop it.
And then Zara,
Oh, wait,
go ahead
I
and
was-
make a nature check for me with advantage as you're kind of sniffing on this cockstick brew that Guy is making, trying to kind of keep some of these scents stuck in your nostrils. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, there's a couple of scents that stick very heavily in your head. one of the smells that really sticks out to you is kind of like this dank fungal smell that you are able to kind of really easily pick up on. That seems to be one of the stronger smells. And Guy, you would recognize that smell as the gray fist mushroom, which is one of the ones that was responsible for the magical induced sleep and like comas that we were talking about earlier.
It's a gray fist mushroom, medically induced coma,
Magically, or there, I guess,
or magically.
with the, it gets more magically induced with the help of making the potion.
Give me 1 second.
Sure. It's been a second. He lied to us.
It's been several seconds.
I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick while we wait for him. I'll be right back.
Yep.
All right. Did anything happen?
Nope.
Okay.
JR went to the bathroom.
Okay. So then, actually, we don't need JR for this because this is just character RP. I guess as we're getting ready, or I guess I'm getting ready, to do this, I kind of have like a nervous look in my eye because I kind of know this is gonna be dangerous. And I kind of like turn you guys like I'm gonna say something, and then I don't, and then like I do again, then I don't. And then finally I say, okay, guys, I kind of got to be honest with you here a little bit.
Okay.
My name isn't actually Zarek.
Holy shit! Thank God.
It's funny because he's about to go back to the Zarkon Zarek combo. Really?
Yeah, that's
What's,
it.
why
Okay.
is it?
No. I'm actually I set out on from my home because I'm seeking out my people are suffering. There's an illness that we can't. We're weakened. We're extremely vulnerable. So I've been essentially trying to cover my tracks so no one, if they wanted to, could go back and wipe us out for whatever reasons they want to. So I want you guys to make a promise to me. If I don't make it back, I need you guys to find the cure to this mysterious illness, and I need you to cure them so that my legacy can live on.
Does it have a name?
I don't know what it is. We don't know what it is at all. It's just
You guys don't have a name for it?
no, because it's sporadic. It's
It's just
people are
called the
fine.
disease.
Yes, people just over the course of months just wither until they're gone, and there's nothing we can do to slow it or stop it. It just picks us off. It seems
And
maybe two at a time. It's not like it's definitely starting to wear our population down. We don't have actually let me look. How many did I say that we're in? It's been a while since I've actually read this.
Seems more like a guy problem than a me problem.
you know, it's been like 9 months since we started this campaign.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did I not fill out this portion? It's in my I guess it's in my OneNote. Actually, wait, no.
Sounds like a
restream.
guy problem. Mr. Nature over there. Someone finally comes up with something like super unnatural, and you're like,
Eh.
it's a
I don't
guy
fuck-
problem.
I don't fuck with diseases. I swing an axe.
Okay, yeah. We have so we're out of the general the rat folk clans. We're a smaller one, and our numbers are withering even more. We're about, I mean, generally rat clans like 200 plus. We're about 75. And this is just, like I said, taking our numbers down, slowly whittling us away. I've been out for about 2 months looking, and the trail's gone cold every single time. So like I said, if this essentially is my only hope, and if I don't make it here, then that's the end for us.
And I know we've discussed that disease a lot, and there was nothing that I think I'd already rolled for it, and there was nothing that I had ever heard of or gleaned from. Correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't remember.
Though I mean, his story, like he's given, it's a relatively unknown disease. It seems like, but it's hard to know for sure until you can like really test like a sample of it or learn more about it.
I asked him if he has this disease.
To my knowledge, no, but it just spontaneously appears, and I mean, we don't know until it becomes obvious.
So what is then that black smoke that keeps coming out, and you having these episodes? What is that?
I'm not sure what that is. That's not related. I mean, if that is part of the disease, it may be some sort of mutation. That's generally not associated. I mean, not generally. I've never seen anything like that before. That's with anyone in our clan that has that disease.
Yeah, because that's not a disease. That's more of like
It's not natural, is what it is.
active organism.
I mean, I have been having headaches and hearing
Since when?
voices since I guess since our first I don't know if it had something to do with Zarkon, that first time we encountered him. Just after that, I see images sometimes and hear voices, and I don't know. It's not, I mean, I haven't heard anyone with the disease mention anything like this. It doesn't seem, I guess, like Tito says, it doesn't seem natural.
Does that sound like a curse to me, JR? Would I be able to know if that's a type of curse that I've heard of, or some sort of?
It potentially could be, but it doesn't.
Okay.
Zarkon, or no, excuse me. Did we give it away? Right?
It's Snicket, yeah.
Snicket,
If I didn't, I essentially said my name was Snicket. But
okay. Snicket doesn't seem to know nearly enough about it to give you a for sure guess. You certainly wouldn't rule it out, but you wouldn't bet your life on it that it's a curse or anything. It could be a plethora of things from what he described.
I guess we should have asked him.
Zarkon?
Zarkon. God, it's still gonna be annoying. Zarkon, but I guess that ship has sailed.
I mean, it seems to be not too debilitating right now. It comes in spells, it seems. But I mean, as long as I have your word that you will take up the mantle on this if I don't make it through this, it would make me feel a lot more comfortable.
You have my word.
I kind of want to give him like, I guess, like a quick rundown on the like where the tribe is located,
Okay.
and all that stuff. So they have the information about it. So like,
Oh, we're doing it right now. Don't you worry.
yeah. So And just so they actually physically know, it's a oh sweet. Okay, you already got it marked on here. Hell yeah.
So I believe it was near Hergorn, or was it the Golgorn Mountain?
I
Mine?
said it was southwest of the remains of the Gulgorm mine.
Okay, so somewhere in this general. Well, this is the general area of where it's at. The bottom left-hand corner is the peaks of Caravia, which is south. The Golgorn mines. South of that is where Snicket's tribe resides.
Yep, and they're
so like
the.
is that relatively close?
You guys are right here right now.
Right. So scale-wise, it's pretty close.
So I mean,
kind of.
in the grand scheme of things, of how far away it could have potentially been, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. However, that is still a pretty big distance from where you guys are currently at. That's going to be, a day on boat easily, or maybe a little bit less on airship, and then a few more days of travel to get from the east side to the west side of the peaks of Caravia.
Gotcha.
But like I said, in the grand scheme of things, it could have been a lot worse in terms of how far away his tribe is located.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So also during their short rest, I would like to start building an airship. So
Building an airship. Okay. Yeah. You'll make it there in no time at all.
Yeah, just every. It goes without saying, every short rest, I'm going to build a little bit more of this airship.
All right, you're going to need just a few hundred bags of holding to keep all the supplies needed for that.
Not an issue. I've got a trench coat.
And I tell them that it's where the Vakat tribe, and the leader is Deba. So
How
they
do you
know
spell
basically. Wait, the tribe or the
tribe.
chick's name? The tribe is Vakatt, and the current leader of the tribe is Deba, Dhebba.
One more time.
Dhebba.
DH.
Yes, Dhebba.
Where's the
EBBA.
ambiance music?
Sorry.
It's swamp music.
One more time. Spell that.
Eva.
EVA.
Yeah, EVA.
Okay. All I heard was DHBBBA.
Oh no, it's Dhebba. Like
Echo.
Echo Bravo Alpha.
Okay, thank you.
I thought you were joking.
No, DHBBBA. And then when he spelled it again, David was like, "Where's the music?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm never gonna know this person's name."
I don't sound like that.
Where's the music?
That was Tito.
South of GUL.
So,
what is that?
This is
Golgorn Mines.
Golgorn.
Golgorm with an M.
God. Okay.
All right.
And I essentially want to leave.
More like Gorgo these nuts, right?
I want to leave everything I have on me, so I'm light, except for I'm going to bring my ball bearings. I'm going to throw a rope over my shoulder, I guess. Oh, and my thieves' tools are on a pouch around my waist.
Okay.
And then obviously my armor and my weapons.
Yeah.
But that's it. I'm pretty much just going in with some ball bearings and some rope and thieves' tools.
Okay. Which really isn't too terrible. Oh, I guess you actually have a bunch of random loot items. Okay. Heading out now, Snicket?
Yep. As I step into the mist, I take one look at my friends and I give a simple wave and then step through.
Okay. Well, we got a little bit to go to get to the mist, but the sentiment.
Okay, never mind.
The sentiment's still there. We'll say it instead. He does that as he.
There's nobody there.
Instead, he does that as he exits the little campsite that you guys have made for yourselves.
I'm
assuming you're going to sneak immediately because there's still a plethora of.
I'm hiding from all those birds.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
There's gonna be 50 stealth
Well,
check rolls.
he's dead.
Oh, there's going to be some rolls for you to get over there safely, bud.
Immediately, alarms blare.
You could have done better. I'll say that, but you know. It's not.
Well, I guess if it were to go bad, it's good that you're like 12 steps out of the camp. Never mind. All this whole heartwarming speech and telling us the history, your people be like, carry on my legacy. You're like, never mind, let's go.
It's like when you say
Oh.
goodbye to your friends and then you start walking
Walk
the same way.
You walk in the same direction, like, oh, well, that's awkward.
Whoa, is it lightning again?
Yep. Whoops. That's not what I meant to roll. I meant to roll this one.
Love how it's private.
I love privates.
So, as you begin to make your way out into the snowy forest surrounding Snicket, you step awkwardly on a pair of branches that give a quick snap. You instinctively dart off to a separate direction, hiding behind a thicket of bushes and dense snow. You can see a handful of ravens begin to look all around, eyes darting from one corner to the next. But it seems that you've gone unnoticed. What would you like to do next?
I didn't bring any bird food with me.
You brought next to nothing with you, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think
I didn't
They're
have any bird food
dead.
on me anyways.
dead birds don't eat.
Are
Sorry,
they
I'm
dead?
not there. I'm not there.
I'm gonna carry on.
Okay. Continuing on towards the hut, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right. So we will continue on with the same stealth check for a little while, as you guys are still kind of in the snowy forest area, but about because you're moving pretty slow at this point to keep a stealthy pace. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. As you continue on your way, you notice that the birds in the surrounding area begin to lessen in density. While there are definitely still some around you, it seems that there's not quite as many in the swampy marsh area as you've had previously had all around you when you guys were while you were in the forest part of where you were at. But go ahead and give me another stealth check as we kind of have a change of scenery going from the forest to the swamp.
Shit, I just thought of something that we should have done instead.
Hey, it's not too late to go back.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I am not there.
You're at this point, you're about 15 or 20 minutes of travel away from where your companions are at.
It'll involve splitting the party. It just puts more of them in danger.
You're talking about us having a diversion.
Exactly.
So I mean, I guess all I would be doing is keeping an eye out.
I'll trek back.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and make
Actually, no, that's anticlimactic. I'm gonna go forward. I'm going forward.
You're just gonna go for it?
Dude, you
Yeah,
gave
yeah.
a speech.
I gave a speech. I'm going forward.
You can't show back up
It
5
looks
minutes later.
so dumb if you gave a speech.
So,
that
So
you felt
guys,
like-
how about you guys risk your lives?
Actually, you guys do the risky part, and I'll sneak in afterwards.
No,
I was thinking about it. Maybe I should carry on my legacy.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
you guys don't have to worry about finding my
Yeah.
clan. I already know where it's at. It'd be
No,
really hard for you guys to find it.
thematically, just keep going.
Yeah, we're going.
Okay.
So- You said new stealth check.
Yeah, new stealth check as we're traversing from one different type of area to the next.
We're good.
Now, if these boys find me, yeah, I'm just gonna start popping off shots and running.
All right. Yeah. That being said, what are the other two of you doing? Tito, Guy, are you guys just big chilling, hoping
Dude,
that
I'm just-
Nick comes back in a few hours?
Yeah.
I
He's
mean, there's
practicing his
nothing
cabbage
else.
potions.
Yeah. Just thinking
well,
about
just-
cabbage potions.
Just let me know if you guys think of something you'd like to do or say in the meantime. Otherwise, I'll be probably going.
I mean,
Let's take it for a little while we get.
I would
it all
like to put a
taken care of.
diversion, but we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, that's tough too now.
Yeah, now it's
No,
made up.
now I can't. I'm just keeping a lookout. I know those
Okay.
birds are somewhere, but that's all I'm doing.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me, then, guy.
Where's my? I could probably smell them, but I mean, well, I know that they're there. I just want to see if any know that we're there, so my smell would not work on that. 20.
Doing your best to look at the available view spots you have in your little camp area you guys have set up. You definitely still see thick amounts of birds all around, just kind of peering around and looking. It almost seems as if they've been placed, as if they might be on a watch. You haven't really seen them move very much from when Snicket initially pointed them out 10, 15, 20 minutes ago at this point.
All right, but no change.
No change, no.
Okay.
Next to none, really.
Yeah, if they start freaking popping off, that's going to be a different story. But yeah, right now, I'll just be hanging out.
Chilling. All right.
Yep.
So, Snicket, as you make your way into the swampy area again, the thick, tall grass, cattail grass all around makes this no challenge at all for someone of your skill and size to be able to stealthily maneuver around with next to no concern of being visible around. You make it up to the misty border that separates the hag's hut without any problems whatsoever. There are definitely still birds around, but very, very few as the closer you get to the misty wall. And once you kind of make it to that dome, it seems as if there's almost none entirely. And this whole process takes you probably about another, this will be moving slowly, so probably a little over an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
That is an eternity right now.
Yeah, so for you two, he's been gone a total of about an hour and a half now, easily.
Dude.
You guys think I'm dead?
So
Yeah.
I'll give you a second. If you guys want a second to think, I know that's a long time for a comrade to be gone in a situation like this. So if you guys want a second to think or talk, go for it.
I have nothing else to go on. I can't. I would say no, and just trust them.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, well, just let me know if anything changes your opinion. And that's why I'm trying to constantly give the time update, so that way you guys would have a fair idea of kind of what the situation you're in.
Yeah, I'm just watching for any reactions for those stupid birds.
Nope, none yet.
Okay. Ugh.
All right, sneak it. You may have made it to the edge of this misty portal that separates the hag hut from the rest of the swamp. What would you like to do?
I'm at the edge of the mist.
Correct, yes. Now it's time for your cool Braveheart speech, if everyone else was around.
I will reach into my pocket and what was it that I had? Was it a Behir fang?
Behir tooth or fang?
Yeah. I want to give it a squeeze, and then I want to take a step through.
Okay.
And that makes me invincible when I squeeze it.
As you instinctively clutch onto the token Behir tooth that you've held for so much of your life now, take a deep breath. You sturdy yourself, Snicket. Take a heavy few steps through the thick outer mist surrounding this hag hut. You find yourself staring down the very place you were running from not more than a few hours ago. What would you like to do?
The boat is still there?
It is. It is still there at the edge, correct?
Can I see any? Actually, are there like any sort of like sticks or anything around, like on the shoreline of the swamp?
There's a handful, of like various pieces of driftwood, things of that nature. Some heavier stones, rocks, pebbles.
Is there any cover in the area, or is it just pretty open besides the boat?
It's kind of like the previous portions of swamp. There's definitely thicker portions of tall, like cat grass and things that grow up from underneath the swamp. But there is like a clear path that leads from the riverbank straight to the like scaffolding surrounding the hag hut that the boat takes. But outside of that, there's definitely random patches all around of thick grass growing from the swamp.
Okay. I want to basically grab like a stick or something,
Uh-huh.
and then hide in like some, like, I guess the nearest place to me, some like high tall grass, and then chuck the stick as far, not as far as I can, but like I basically want to throw the stick and throw it in the middle of the swamp
Okay.
and see if I get like, oh, if anything, if it appears that like there's any sort of reaction in the water.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me as you approach into a new area once more and try to get your bearings around you. You quickly slide down the bank. You do your best to muddy the sound of your feet as you slosh through some water, and you position yourself into some thick cattail grass and things of that nature. And you quickly snagged a random piece of driftwood that you had found as you were scurrying down to your hiding spot. And you said you want to throw it towards like the center of the.
Yeah,
Of the swamp, or-
I basically just like want it. I want the stick to land in the water, but like not like near the banks. Basically, just to disturb the water and see if there's like anything in the water.
Okay. You give it your best underhanded swing, and you chuck it over your head. Go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not bad. Not bad for a snicket.
I saw
to be
that
honest.
too, and I'm like, oh no.
You chuck it over top of your head, Snicket, and you hear the whooshing sound as it flips over itself in air as it tumbles before you hear a resounding slap as the sound of the wood hits the open water, kind of right in the middle of the path of where the boat travels from the bank all the way up towards the scaffolding around the hag's hut. You wait for a few moments for any sort of sign of life or anything of the nature. And immediately everything is still. No movement in the surrounding water.
And how much water is in between me and the? You said it was like a few hundred feet.
It's like 150 feet from the edge of the bank to the scaffolding ladder that leads up to the hag hut.
I want to. When we got in the boat last time is when it moved.
Correct. Yes.
So I want to go, essentially like stealthily like go over to the boat, and like get into it and then get out of it really quick and see if it'll like. I essentially want to try to send the boat over by itself.
Okay, I got you. As you quickly jump into the boat, you watch as the magical paddles begin to lift further once again. They slot themselves into place and they slowly begin to paddle themselves forward. And as you start the boat, you quickly slip back out of it, doing your best to remain unseen still, and the boat continues on its way.
And then I want to slip back into my hiding spot and see if essentially if anyone in the hut area takes notice that the boat gets or is moving. I guess
Okay.
it's not there yet.
So you wait a few moments for the boat to reach the other side. Sorry.
That means I'm dead.
No, definitely not.
How would you deal with player deaths?
All right. So, like I was saying, you wait a couple of moments for the boat to traverse all the way from the edge of the bank to the base of the hag hut, and a couple moments later, once the once the small little boat reaches the edge of the hag's hut, you hear a deep voice call out, Go check on the boat, useless man. And a couple of seconds later, you see a limping, bruised, bloodied, and beaten Zarkon. And these are far deeper and far more wounds have been inflicted to him than simply what happened a few hours ago when you all battled with him. There is a heavy limp to one of his legs. He's having to use the base of a sword at a hill and the point of it to try to maneuver around like he's walking on a cane as he makes his way to the edge of the dock and he begins to examine and maneuver around. He shouts out, "Hello?
Poor guy.
Is anyone there? You best leave now. You don't want this type of trouble. I assure you, it's not worth it." He stands out there for a few more minutes, looking around.
I want to teleport behind him and say, "Nothing personal, kid," and then stab him.
Okay. If you roll a natural 20, you can do it.
I'll teleport behind him.
Sorry,
I do
go
have
ahead.
this
Go ahead.
And after a few minutes of looking all around, you watch as he turns back the way he came, slowly limping back up the scaffolding towards the entryway to the hag hut. And as he begins to leave, nothing happens.
All right, it's time to go swimming. I want to swim across, or is it like? I guess I don't know how deep it is yet.
Right now, where you're currently standing at. It's kind of like ankle deep for you, so
Yeah.
it's not currently swimmable, but it looks like it probably gets to that point.
I want to
shortly
start.
after.
Yeah, I want to start going through the water to the hut. And if I have to swim, I have to swim.
Okay. You get about another 15, 20 feet before the water's pretty much up to your chest at that point, and you're definitely having to kind of slowly swim and maneuver your way across the swamp. We'll continue using the same stealth check as before. It does take you a little while, though. Moving stealthily while swimming requires some pretty serious patience and slow maneuvering. But another 10 minutes or so of maneuvering at this point now. Snicket's been gone for an hour and 45 minutes, and you are just now touching edge of the edge of the hag hut.
Yay!
How would you like to attempt to maneuver in? In fact, we'll even jump over to the picture itself real quick, or the scene for it real quick.
Hey,
Okay.
we made it.
You know, I am an excellent climber. So,
Are you?
yeah, I have the rat feet climber.
Hey,
Climber
let's
does
do
not
it.
have
Let's
your
do
speed.
it then. But
He has
So-
rat feet.
Assuming I see, like, I guess, how do I? Yeah, like over here. This area is where that hag she was in the
I
thing and
see a
died.
picture right here.
That's
of
a
very
picture of me.
scary woman.
I want to essentially head over to that area where that hag was, where all of that like stuff was.
okay, so let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure I get all.
Oh, the little balcony.
Make sure we're on the
Not
right.
even the balcony. I just want to like basically get. I want to like get close to where I know I would be able, like, out of line of sight
So
of
you
a
can-
window, and I want to see if I can smell stuff.
You see your token?
Yeah.
Okay. Feel free to move your token to kind of the
Okay,
general
yeah,
area of what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, so I wanna be
Yeah,
stealthy.
you guys aren't there. You can't see anything.
No.
Like around here.
Yeah.
I don't know where. I mean, I can't see the windows, so I don't know where the windows are. I'm assuming I could see the windows if I was actually there. But I want to avoid like line of sight of the windows.
Okay, yeah. There's only windows that you remember being there are on the same edge of where the.
Because there's like a fireplace over here or something
Yeah.
like that.
I
Yeah,
believe
okay,
the only windows that are in the room are facing outwards from where the porch is placed.
Yeah, so I essentially want to, because I imagine like, I wanna. I guess I'll climb up this tree, whatever point that is, and then like get up to this level, whatever this thing is, and then just like start smelling and see if I can smell. I guess we'll start with the thing that was most like I guess.
JR, did you finish telling us what you had just said? The gray fist mushroom. Was there other stuff you were going to say?
No, that was the particular smell that stuck out to him from
Mhm.
what you had.
So yeah, that's what I want to smell. That's what I
him.
want to smell for. As
That's
I
the
climb up.
Okay, easy enough. Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage, right? Because you're using them
Yep.
big old nostrils. Sorry, give me just 1 second. I'm having a hard time with something on this map real quick.
Looks just fine to me.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right, you're outside. 3. Okay. You definitely immediately get the scent of that coming from within the hut. Immediately, it's kind of coming from the. Oh shit! Hold on, let me look where you're at. If you were standing in front of where the door is, do you remember where the door is on this particular part? If you were standing in front of the door looking in, it would be in like the top right-hand corner of the.
Okay. Okay.
There's a table that is close to the bridge that leads into the main room. It would be on that table.
Okay. So I want to go ahead.
I want to go ahead and climb up and skitter across to the landing here, at the porch, whatever that's called, and then keep low so that as that I'm not like shown through the window, like people can't see me through the window.
Go ahead. And you said you're trying to climb up, correct?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me. Or do you need one, or do you have a climbing speed or anything built?
I mean, I have. I mean, climbing doesn't affect my speed.
Okay.
Because I have my speed. That's the only thing I have essentially.
Okay. Let's still get an acrobatics check just to kind of get up out of the water, climb up, maneuver yourself right. And you said, are you trying to climb up?
I'm trying. I mean, it's hard to tell from this view. I don't know like the structure of this guy, but I just want to get like onto this porch from.
Okay, easily enough. I got you.
Okay.
I know what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Pretty good. Yeah, no problem at all. You were able to quickly scurry your way up the trunk of this tree, maneuvering from one branch to another until you're kind of upside down, hanging as you climb all the way off until you're just edging off the side there. I've got you just like not pulling yourself up yet, just kind of hanging from the side, ready to pull yourself up whenever you'd like.
Yep. So, I mean, I can't really see anything. I mean, I guess I'll take a look around and see if I mean.
So,
I'll take a 3. I guess because I mean the only angle that I can be seen from right now is like over like I guess can I be seen from here? Whoops. I can be seen from here.
Let me think real quick. I'm trying to look into all these various rooms. No, there's not a window on this side of the wall at all.
Okay.
We could look out and see you from.
So yeah, I guess I'll just look behind me one last time to make sure that no one is actually just like staring at me right now. And
okay,
then...
go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Actually, and now that I think about it too, after I do that, actually you can go ahead and say what happens if.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Go ahead. What's up?
I want to take a second to listen and see if I like can kind of gauge if I hear anyone like directly in that room, or if it like sounds like it's if there's anybody. I guess if I hear anybody.
Okay.
But primarily, like if I hear anybody in that room is my main concern, essentially.
Okay. Listening out for any immediate sound coming from within the alchemy room that you're kind of hanging off from right now. You still hear the bubbling of that cauldron, but no immediate sound of voices or anything like that coming from within the room. However, you do hear voices kind of echoing and rumbling down throughout the rest of the home, though.
Okay.
There's a very shrill voice that seems to be kind of barking off commands to Zarkon, and a very low, graspy, grumbling one, and it's making an obscene amount of noise, and it sounds as if the creature or individual is more than likely eating or feasting on something.
Okay, so 2 voices is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and pull up.
Then pull up.
But I'm still like crouched though.
Yeah.
Like
So
so I can't see in, and no one, like, maybe some might be able to see me. I don't know.
So you should technically be. Is there a way for me to change your elevation? Thought so. Maybe not. Okay, here's what we're going to do. So I have to change your elevation. I'm going to delete your token, and I'm going to drag you back out on the correct elevation.
I'm here.
There you go, bud.
All right, cool. So I want to essentially like slowly peek in, which I guess I'm kind of doing right now. I'll get like close here and then slowly like just take a quick peek and see if I see anybody.
All right. So far, nothing that you can see.
Okay.
That's not supposed to be there. Or that. You
So
still see remnants of the green hag kind of littered about this room, and her body still kind of sizzling and bubbling within the cauldron, but I'll delete the token. Not really technically there, so
can I discern like from here like which bottle the smell is coming from? Or do I need to get even closer?
Oh, my bad, didn't mean to close the door on you. Like which bottle specifically? Or
yeah.
Well, at this point it's more of the ingredient specifically that you're smelling.
Okay.
Now, if you wanted to try to figure out which bottle had that effect within it, you would need to unstop them and to sniff them.
Okay. Well, that's gonna make things harder.
Well, I'm not here to make things easy on you, man.
Is it so? Is it like how many bottles are we talking of that I have to like sort through and smell individually?
On just this table here.
Yeah.
Probably 10 different bottles of various sizes on this table here.
Can I tell like which table the smell is most likely coming from?
The ingredients is most definitely coming from the table on the top left, the one that has the giant skull on it.
Yeah.
If you know, yeah, that is most definitely the table that has the specific ingredient that you smelled. That guy pointed out to you.
Gotcha. Okay.
And visually looking at that table, while there is about a dozen-ish potions over there, maybe closer to 10, 11, there are pairs that match in consistency and color.
Okay.
Like there's a few of them that look like they match in consistency and color. There's 4 or 5 that seem to match, and then another pair that match. So they're not all just random different sizes, shapes, colors, and all that jazz. So if you figured out one of the appearances, there's a good chance another one could be a similar effect.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to take the jump and sneak on in.
Okay. Go ahead and make another stealth check for me as you're officially entering in the hag hut.
Here it comes.
Natural 1. Natural
Oh,
1.
thank God.
All right, pretty good. Feel free to move however you'd like.
Okay, I'm gonna run in towards the voices. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to essentially like get rid of try to keep the sight line like as non-existent as possible. So go up, hug this wall.
Okay.
Or I guess is there a wall there? There's a chair. Yeah. So hug that, and then like hug around this table essentially until I get to the table. Oh, I guess. Whoa, it's laggy. I'm like basically pushed up against this table just to like prevent anyone from up in this like room to be able to see me if they were to come in there. And then I want to start looking for the things that have that ingredient.
Okay, easy enough. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. Or are you like trying to sniff everything, or are you like visually like looking and?
I was smelling first to see like which one. I guess I'll look to see for consistency for. No, I'll look to see. So like, they're already. So like, I guess I'm confused as so like, there's like like 10 on the table. So I need to like just go like one by one and just smell them each.
For potions, if you wanted to, yes, but there are just also raw alchemical ingredients just strewn across the table as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not just potions on top of the table.
Guy describe the. So he described this. What did he describe the smell of? Was it a potion or was it an ingredient?
The specific one that you were able to pick up on was the grave root, or was it grave root? Sorry, let me check my notes. Grave fist, excuse me, which was a fungus that grows in the Underdark.
Did he describe how it looked at all, or just the smell?
I mean, I would have described like all the rare stuff. I would have kind of described to you, but I think the only one that you latched onto
was this one.
But did you describe how it looked so I could just like grab it, like without having to like go through and smell everything? I guess I mean because like if he told me how it like kind of looked, I could see like, oh, that looks like it, and then I could smell it and be like, this is definitely it.
Okay. Yeah. Did you describe an appearance, Guy?
Yeah, I would have described an appearance and the smell of any of the rare stuff that I had.
Okay.
What he gleaned from that, I don't know.
So the one that you latched onto the most, we'll definitely go ahead and give you a full description on that one. Is Grave Fist mushroom. It is a pale white mushroom with 5 knobby protrusions on it. The mushroom often resembles a skeleton hand kind of reaching upwards, and the mushroom grows in clusters. So it appears as if numerous corpses are attempting to like reach out of the soil. Is a lot of times how it looks in big bundles.
Okay.
Like I said, it grows in the Underdark and caves is its main home as well.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, is that like something that can fit in my pocket? Is it something that can?
It would be a little hard pressed to fit in like a big piece in your pocket. It's just a fungus, so you could certainly break a piece off and stick it in your pocket. But you could shove a bunch of them in a backpack without much of a problem. Looking around on the table, you spot clusters of these all over the place. There's probably 12 samples of this mushroom strewn across this table.
Okay.
By far, that is the most predominant like alchemical agent that's here on this table.
Okay. I guess we'll do like a recollection thing for like, do I recognize anything? Does anything when I'm looking at it jog my memory of things that Guy mentioned?
Make a nature check with advantage for me because of Guy's previous kind of help that he pointed out to you.
Dang. This is just gonna turn into just a mad crap of just stuff.
There's a bunch of other alchemical agents to you, but kind of in the frenzy of the moment, as you're looking around, you are struggling to find anything, and you hear a voice kind of boom out coming from the main chamber.
You're the one who got my sister Liza killed.
No, I didn't mean to let it happen. I didn't know what they were. Didn't know they were going to do it. Please, Layla, I'm sorry.
Come with me, root cellar boy.
Please, no, not again.
As soon as she says, wait, pause. Can I pause real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
As soon as she says, "Come with me," can I start just like scooping those root things?
Yeah, for sure.
And then
it's around here somewhere.
Hopefully, I don't know how long it takes me to scoop it in the backpack, but I want to like essentially stealthily but quickly get out of here and get like on the side.
That's always the stealthily, but quickly.
So as you quickly grab all the belongings and you jut off to the other direction, you hear sounds coming.
Can I?
Am I actually? Did I make it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I scoop?
I'm over here now.
So you hear.
Sorry, it takes 12 seconds to scoop. You don't have enough time.
There we go. I want you to go where I want you to go, Token. This is driving me crazy. Why are you doing this to me? Sorry, I got a token that's giving me trouble. Give me just a second. Alright, nothing's activated the way it's supposed to. We're just going to say that it's down there, though. Okay. So, as you are kind of quickly maneuvering your way to the outside, this alchemy room, Snicket, you hear sounds kind of off in the distance as a trapdoor is quickly slammed open or thrust open, and two figures begin to make, from the sounds of it, descend a ladder.
Oh, thank God. All right. I want to shimmy my way back down, making sure. I guess first I want to take a peek since I heard them descending. I want to make sure there's like no windows on like the tree I'm gonna be climbing down where I could be seen from like a lower vantage point that's inside of the tree or the hut. I can't. I'm not too familiar with the structure. Essentially,
Well, we can
are
talk
there-
about the structure real quick if you want to have a better idea of kind of what to expect as you're
Yeah.
maneuvering around. So, with where you're at right now, there is an east wing, which is the alchemy room that you're in, which is kind of on the same level as the entry structure is that you guys first walked through with the large double doors, and there was the decomposing body on the right-hand side, as well as a fire going. Then each of those rooms lead upwards into the main room that has a huge table on it, strewn with bones, all sorts of old meals, and rotting flesh of various animals. And then there's two ladders, one that leads down to the root cellar from the main room, and one that leads upwards into the crow's nest, which is where the beds are set up. The loft above that, and then the loft leads into the large winding tree that of stairs that go around the tree, leading up to the crow's nest. The crow's nest has the best vantage point that pretty much see everything, or pretty much looks down on everything.
Yeah. Did the I don't know if I went in the root cellar or not. Can I see like any windows from where like essentially can I see any windows that would appear to be from like the cellar area? Because I'd seen the down ladder. Peeking over the edge, like on this side, can I see like any sort of windows where anyone who's below me, inside like the tree structure, could see me?
You're saying if there's any windows at a lower point than where you're currently at?
Yeah, like where it's like where the cellar would be. Like, am I seeing like any windows essentially like where the cellar? Like, essentially, does the cellar have windows?
No, it does not. When
Okay.
you guys were down there, I think I believe.
That's what I'm saying. I can't remember if I was down there or not.
I believe you were down there, but from what you can see or what you can tell, there are no windows in the root cellar.
Okay, then I want to climb down.
Okay, easy enough. Go ahead and give me another acrobatics check as you attempt to begin climbing down.
I think that was almost a 20.
Pretty good, pretty good. All right, so as you begin to maneuver and swing your way down, you do notice. I'm going to move you to the outside hut level real quick. Okay. You should have. Hold on. As you begin to kind
Tito's
of
here.
do what?
Tito's here.
Hey, wait, is he? Is his token here somewhere?
He's in the canoe.
Wait, really? I don't see him in the canoe.
I see his token in the canoe.
Well, he's not supposed to be here. Ignore him. As you kind of swing down and begin to maneuver yourself around, you catch a quick glimpse towards the top of the crow's nest of a hooded figure standing atop it, just kind of peering out, looking all around the general area.
Perfect. Is there no way to break line of sight with that crow's nest?
You
can I like hug the tree?
You have to quickly shoot over from where you're at and hug the base of the tree if you wanted to stand a chance of breaking, breaking a line of sight from where you're at. Or you could kind of maneuver yourself so that way you're positioned underneath the wooden planks that build out that hold up this portion of the building that you're dangling from right now.
Wait, so where would that be?
Like you could, like this building is the actual what you're hanging from right now is built on a platform that isn't just on the base of the tree, so you can get underneath that as well.
Yeah.
There's like support beams for it sticking out of the tree in the swamp that hold it up, but there's plenty of open space beneath it that you could also maneuver under as well.
Shit. I would have basically, I'll hide here. I guess in the closest thing where I don't really have like under this structure. And then I guess every so often, I mean, is there a way for me to like peek out from there and see if I see her up there?
You could kind of slide down the base of the tree branches that kind of stem down into the water and kind of turn around and glance upwards, and you could catch a glimpse of her if she's still standing in the same spot. But obviously every time you look to see her, you risk being seen yourself, of course.
So if I make it under here, she can't see me. If I make it under this, like the dock.
There are a couple of breaks in the dock, but for the most part, it would hide you pretty well.
Okay, yeah, then I want to head for there.
Okay.
So I'll run out in the open for a second. Or I guess you said I had to like run to where to get like because I could like run. I can't work like here to like here.
Yeah, you could.
To here. Yeah, I would try to get to the dock.
Want to run along the base of the tree?
Yeah, just to like
So
I guess
at this point, I more so have you closer to the ground level of where the water begins. At this point, too, you're just kind of scurrying along the roots at the base of the tree.
Yeah,
like staying above the water. Do that. So yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
Oh no.
Right.
Here's where it goes downhill.
You begin to maneuver yourself around Snicket as quickly as you can, darting from underneath the alchemy room, trying to maneuver to the hidden cover that maybe this ramp can bring you. As you do, you begin to hear a muffled voice coming from the crow's top above, and suddenly the sound of wings flapping, a dozen coming from the crow's nest. In your particular direction, you watch as 6 birds in a cluster begin darting down from the crow's nest right around to the area where you just moved from. Is there anything you'd like to do?
So it's where I was before, not where I am now.
You're currently in the process of moving over there, and as you're moving over to underneath the ramp, you watch as a group of birds begins to move to the spot of which you came from. But if they moved and they were like hovering under the support for the alchemy room where you were at, you would be relatively visible to them if you were hiding underneath the ramp.
Yeah.
That connects to it. You know, they're both open at that point. If you're on.
Oh wait,
that
so
level.
they're going. Wait, they're going. Mark where they're going.
So like you would be like
Or
right
where I
around
am.
here. You're
Okay,
like
yeah.
right around here at this point, and
Yeah.
then right around this point, you hear the sound of the birds moving down, and they're coming down from the crow's nest.
Yeah.
But they're moving
I
down
can
in
hear
this area where you came from.
Gotcha.
But but if they get down to the same level that you're at underneath where you came from, you would be visible here underneath the dock to them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like there's no cover protecting you visually in that particular spot.
So if I get like over here underneath this structure, like
Okay, so if you
can I
want to
hug
get
this to break line of sight
So
with
if
the crows and the tower.
if you wanted to get underneath this main or what this bigger building, this bigger structure here right next to you, you'd have to do a little bit of climbing back up. This one is built pretty snugly, and there's only like a 3 or 4 foot gap in between the base of the wooden boards that hold it up and some tree roots that the base is at. So it's a pretty good hiding spot for you that you would fit in really well. But it's going to require a little bit of maneuvering to get yourself up in there. But it would be a good hiding spot, and not many viewpoints could spot you either.
That's a good sell. I like it. Let's do it.
All right, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check as you quickly try to maneuver up there before this gaggle of birds makes its way over to you. Okay, that's what we were looking for. So you quickly rush up a good 10 or 15 foot portion, Snicket, as these birds come flying down here. I'll find a little something for go. Form of ravens can go right there. And right as it gets there, you kind of just manage to wedge yourself up in underneath the first room that you initially walked in. And as you kind of wedge yourself up in there, you realize, Snicket, that there are small little gaps in the various portions of the floorboard that you could use to kind of see up in to the couple of rooms nearby, mainly the first room, and then the main room that had the large bench and where they ate at, and then the first room that had the decomposing body in it.
So I will essentially, I'll sit here for, let's say, a maximum of 2 hours.
Okay.
That's at the max.
Okay.
And see if there's ever a point where I see essentially the person or the thing I saw in the roost, and someone who's not Zarkon in that room together, or like if I have eyes on them at the same time, basically insinuating that neither of them are in the crow's nest.
Okay, easy enough. I get what you're saying. So all right, go ahead and make a perception check for me. I'm assuming you're trying to look out through these cracks and look into this room, peer what's going on around.
You said perception?
Yeah, give me a perception check, please. All right, what you get? 19. Pretty good.
Ah!
All right. So as you're kind of hanging out underneath this floorboards for this first room, you start to hear these loud thuds that kind of rumble all the floorboards around you, Snicket, that begin to come from the ladder descending above. As you see this massive, monstrous creature, deformed of all sorts of capacity, a mutated face, weird mushrooms and fungus growing from its arms, enormous claws you can spot through the vein cracks, but it's difficult to get much more of a gleam to it. You watch as it stops almost entirely right over where you're standing, and for a brief moment you're petrified and frozen with fear before the creature begins to start devouring the rotting corpse on the table resting above you. And you realize it had different intentions than you first thought.
Nice. And this is different than the one I saw at the top of the crow's
Yes,
nest.
this one
Okay.
is much, much, much larger. This is like a huge creature, actually.
Yeah. Okay. How long did I wait for that?
That was about 5-10 minutes after you first
Okay.
got in there. That wasn't very long at all.
Okay. Then I'll keep waiting.
Okay. About another 15-20 minutes later, you hear a murmured, broken voice kind of call out, Layla, what is my next chore? And you hear a stop to the munching of the flesh being eaten from this creature for a brief moment as it turns and looks in Zarkon's direction.
Tend to the boat outside. Make sure it's ready.
Yes, of course, right away. As Zarkon begins to limp over the room,
Oh shit.
back down the ramp.
So, does she have line of sight to the boat from where she is right now?
Let me look for you specifically. I could get her on the right room. It would really help. Let me look at the walls that are set up specifically for it, and that will tell me. If the front doors are open, there will be a potential line of sight from the room she's at to the dock. But if they're closed, there will not.
Can I tell if the doors are open or closed from where I'm at?
They currently look to be open from where you're at.
Okay. Then I can I peek out and see if those crows are still there?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. All right, at this point, as you peek around, the swarm of crows has flown away.
Throughout all this, is there any reaction from the crows that I am looking at?
No change at all in them that you can tell.
Okay.
They seem to just be all perched out on their particular spot, and they don't show any sign of movement. A couple of times, you may spot them look around or move for a brief second, but it's just because some sort of wildlife or other creature was rummaging about, but nothing of importance.
Gotcha.
They very clearly appear to be on watch, and they communicate down a line whenever they see anything move around.
So I want to essentially climb down from where I'm at and then get. Can I do that? Climb down and get underneath the dock?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And then make my way essentially to where Zarkon is, but like underneath the dock.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me, as you're going to try to maneuver from one spot to another. Very nice. Yeah, no problem at all. You're able to quickly kind of scurry yourself down from your little wedge spot that you have, kind of walking all the way up to the front corner of the perch that this is on, and you're able to kind of maneuver down the dock at that point.
Okay, so then
we would say you like scoot down this way and then are able to just follow it. Sheesh, why can't I move you?
it's a wall, I think.
Oh, okay. And then you were able to kind of scurry your way down the dock. Where kind of underneath the dock would you like to stop or stay at?
I guess I want to because is Zarkon actively, like, as I'm doing this, do I see him getting in the boat, or do I see him just like loading stuff in the boat, or what's he like? Can I see him?
He's been loading a few things into the boat, and it looks now like he's getting ready to jump down into the boat.
Okay.
But you're tiny enough that if he jumped down into the boat, you could hide behind one of the pillars that kind of helps hold up this dock to begin with. You're small and could realistically hide behind one without much of a problem.
Then, oh, this is good then. I want to essentially, yeah, like take cover, yeah, behind like one of the pillars.
Okay.
Until and basically just continue watching him to see what he does. and so am I hidden from up here?
Yes, currently where you're at. So you're hiding behind one of the pillars that blocks off your line of sight from Zarkon, as well as anything that is currently on top of the crow's nest. So you don't know if anything's on the crow's nest or not, unless if you want to risk peeking out to check it potentially.
Okay, but can I peek out? I guess actually,
I'll wait until I hear like it sounds like Zarkon like jumps. I'm gonna wait until either Zarkon walks away from the boat or Zarkon jumps into the boat.
Okay. The first thing that happens of the two is you hear a thud as Zarkon jumps into the boat and begins securing all of the various crates and large bags that he loaded into it.
Okay. And then so I want to wait again until whatever he does next. Like whether he gets out of the boat or he actually takes the boat across.
Okay. As he secures the boat, he actually let me roll something really quick.
Roll a death saving throw, Garrett.
Zarkon turns around and throws a dagger at me, and it hits me in the chest.
You hear a quick curse muddled from Zarkon as he begins to pull himself back up the ladder. He begins walking back up the ramp towards the entryway into the house, muddling about something that he forgot on his way back up.
How fast does this boat go?
Not that fast.
Okay. And the boat always goes back to the same spot?
Correct. From what you can tell, it does.
Okay. I want to peek out and see if I can see the thing in the crow's nest.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Oh God!
Wow.
Oh God! It's too scary.
Not gonna lie, that kind of scared me.
All right. Didn't mean
Holy crap!
for that to happen.
I didn't know that was coming from the game at first. I'm like,
My bad. The track ended. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the reset button so that doesn't happen again now.
I'm like,
Okay.
something bad just happened to Garrett. I can't see anything, but he's dead.
As you're glancing up towards the top of the crow's nest, stick it to see if you can gather if there's any sort of creature or individual still peering around from up top of it. It seems as if in this particular moment there doesn't appear to be anyone looking up, looking down there from what you can tell.
Fuck. I don't know if these things can get wet. Is there a way, and I'm gonna guess the answer is probably no, for me to stealthily swim and hold the backpack over my head at the same time?
I mean, you could get across holding the backpack over your head, but stealthily would be tough. If someone was in the crow's nest paying any sort of attention, they would just see a backpack being held above various portions of water. Like I said, there are patches of cat grass and thick leaves and whatnot you could hide within, but they're not like a thick jungle all around. There would definitely be gaps and portions where you were just out in the open for like 10, 15 feet, just with a backpack over your head.
So Wait, no, never mind.
Whoa. That was dramatic.
No, I was gonna ask a question that
May influence my decision.
yes. So
Let me see. Let me remember what I have on me. I don't think I have anything that's useful. My clothes are all waterproof, actually. So.
so what had happened with you ended up just grabbing a bunch of stuff, correct?
Mushrooms. I just grabbed the mushrooms, essentially. I threw all of them cause that's the only thing I really recognized. I threw those in my backpack because I heard people. It sounded like they were moving,
Okay.
and so I bailed out.
Oh, so you did grab the mushrooms. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Man, there's freaking decisions now. I guess I want to. Fuck. Okay. No. Shit.
Who are you fucking?
So you said if basically like I would just be exposed a few times if I did like if I wanted to keep the backpack out of the water.
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to give away too much detail that just gives you ideas or puts you in a direction. I mean, do you feel like you're missing details?
No. I'm torn
Do you want
between.
to look around at all? Like, I mean, do you want to see what's in the boat or like
what would
what's around
Snicket
you?
do?
Well, I mean, Snicket right now is torn between throwing the bag on the canoe and letting Zark just hopefully not notice there's a new bag on the canoe and take it across, and then I go pick it up later. Like I go sneak across later. Actually, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Is it so? Can I get a good like view of what like how things are set up on the boat? Like, is there?
Sure, go ahead and make a perception check for me. You're not that far away from it, so it's easy enough to see. Oh, wow. Yeah, geez, that's pretty good. So, as you are looking over in the boat, it is very clearly set up to only hold one regular sized individual at this point. It is filled to the brim with all sorts of bags and crates of various components. But you do, as you kind of lean forward to kind of investigate, you start really focusing in and paying attention on the particular boat and all of the components within it. You do notice a smell that begins to slowly waft over in your direction, and your nostrils are filled with the scent of the. I feel like I tell myself. I literally forgot the one we were just talking about. The grave root, grave bite, grave.
Yeah.
Whatever the mushroom name that we were just talking about that you picked up a bunch of.
Mm-hmm.
Massive amounts of that smell are just looming off of the boat in your direction right now.
Gray
Oh.
fist mushroom.
Hell yeah.
Like
Okay.
an obscene amount.
Okay. This makes my decision easy then. I'm going to essentially. I don't care if the backpack gets wet.
Okay.
I want to stealthily swim. Can I stealthily swim with my backpack if I'm not trying to hold it above my head?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So I want to. What is my swim speed compare like stealthy swim speed compared to the slow boat?
Probably pretty comparable, honestly.
Ah shit.
So let me look up swim speed
Of a rat.
rules specifically for 5e. I want to say it's like half of your normal speed. If you don't have a swim speed associated because of like a race or a magical ability or an item or some shit, it's usually your swim speed is half of your regular speed, is what I believe. Yeah, because it's just because they're difficult terrain, 1 extra foot. So yeah, whatever your current speed is, it's half to swim, and then if you want to move stealthily, it's like half from there.
Okay, then I want to. Um. You said everything's like tied down on the boat?
Yeah, everything's tied down right now.
Then I guess I will wait until Zarkon comes back
Okay.
and see what he does.
You wait a few more minutes for Zarkon to return, and eventually you hear him coming back down, still murmuring to himself a little bit, and you can hear that he kind of flicks the sounds of a coin up in the air, and he catches it again. You can see him as he comes down. He is holding a black coin in his hand that has a skull emblem embroidered across it as he begins to board into the boat once more.
All right. I
Interesting.
continue watching.
As he begins to board into the boat, he murmurs to himself, "Let me in without this thing." And he puts the coin in his pocket, and he places his feet down in the boat, and he says, "All right, let's go."
So like as he places his feet down like in the boat, is he like which like
His back would be to you,
Okay,
where you're
okay.
currently at. 'Cause he's looking the way the boat is heading, so he's not looking behind him.
Okay. Then as he like I essentially want to like sneak and hold on to the boat, essentially.
From behind and just have it
From-
carry you.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Make one last stealth check for me as you attempt to grab hold of the boat and just hide yourself holding on to it.
Here comes the one.
Here comes the one. Oh, that scared me. I'm like, oh my god, sure enough.
So, as you grab onto the boat, you pretty much have most of your body underwater at this point, except for just like your chin upwards, and it's slotted and hidden in between kind of the framing of the boat that it would be virtually impossible for someone to see you and where you're holding onto currently. Zarkon would have to jump down out of the boat and start examining it from behind to have any idea of where you're at currently.
Perfect.
And you have no line of sight on the crow's nest currently, so you can only assume whoever, if anyone, may be up there, has no line of sight on you either.
Yay.
There's a few minute journey from one side of the swamp to the other. You can hear Zarkon kind of talking to himself, kind of running through what it sounds like his plan is.
When I saw him, does he still look pretty like feeble, or is he?
He still looks pretty shaken. He's
Okay.
He's beaten badly. He's bruised, scarred, cut. Blood soaks his clothes everywhere. I mean, he looks like he's been to hell and back at this point. He still kind of shakes a little bit. There's like a crack to his voice when you hear him talk sometimes. He kind of, it's almost like, it sounds like he's constantly stopping himself from sobbing, almost like he's fighting back tears.
Mm-hmm.
He says, okay. Come on, Sinclair. You can make it through this. Remember who you are. Remember where you came from. Take all these mushrooms. He swallows heavily. To Glisk. We'll finish off what left of servitude we have. We're almost there. Almost there. We just have to keep sane. And he just kind of keeps murmuring the same things to himself for the last couple of minutes of the boat ride, just encouraging himself to keep sane, keep calm, repeating over the steps that he talked about, how he's going to go to Glisk, drop off the mushrooms, and he only has a little bit of time left to serve before he's free. And eventually, you guys make it to the edge of the swamp, and where the bank begins, and Zarkon begins to get out. You watch as he starts to pull various pieces of rolled up parchment that he has out of his bag, fumbling through a couple of them. Eventually, he stumbles on one. He recites a few words of magic in a language that you don't quite understand. A brilliant flash of light appears, and a moment later, there is a horse and carriage standing before you as Zarkon begins to unload all of the bags of mushrooms from the boat to the back of this horse and carriage. It takes him a good amount of time to do.
Well, I don't.
to do
So as soon as I see him start loading, I kind of want to maneuver in a way and like wait for opportune times to where he doesn't have line of sight to me to kind of break out and go, I guess, like essentially get out and go back towards where Tito and Guy are.
Okay, you're not trying to engage or take anything, you're just trying to sneak away from him?
Yeah, I'm trying to sneak away from him.
Okay. You know what I'm going to ask for? One final stealth check, baby, as you try to run away from him.
Well.
I almost wish this was public.
16. Oh no! Natural 20.
Oh God. Oh.
I made it all the way.
The last one.
What is that? Who's there? You hear the unsheathing of a sword. Who goes there?
Can I just keep going? Hold on. Let me think.
You can try to.
Let me think.
What? What's Snake?
He's kind of coming around the boat at this point.
I'll put my hands up, and
Okay.
I'll be like, "It's me. I just finally made it out. You told us to leave. I was gravely wounded. I just now made it out. I'm on my way out."
Make a deception check for me.
Why are you gonna make me do that?
Why gotta make you play the game?
You suck at lying, dude. Okay. Yeah, he knows you're full of freaking crap.
I don't believe you. If you had still been there for all that time, Layla would have smelt you. There's no way.
I wanna charge him.
Okay.
What are you doing? Oh my God.
He's feeble.
Okay, as you charge him, what would you like to do? You see he kind of fumbles and he tries to ready his weapon. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me. We're going to see who gets to move first in this situation.
Oh my God, dude. Here comes the freaking shit rolls.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I still beat him. Okay.
You still won somehow. Okay, you get the drop on the situation, Stickit. What would you like to do?
I guess I will, can I... How far is the mist from me?
The mist is probably 15, 20 feet from you, and Zarkon's about 5. But he's not in between you and the mist, though. You were in between him and the mist.
I'm gonna pull a classic move, and
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
I'm thinking the old poison to the eyes.
Oh my God. What are you trying to do here? What's your game plan?
That would be my action, right? I don't know. I guess. Oh yeah, so I know what I want to do.
You have the jump on him. I'm not really trying to jump into initiative for this whole situation. If it breaks down that way, and we have to. Right now, you have the jump on the situation, so you might be able to do something that stops a combat from even potentially happening. So you can effectively do like anything that like one action would be. Make an attack.
I want to. Okay. So I want to like charge.
Poor guy, dude.
Because he's by the
He's by the boat right now.
I mean, are the crates still near the boat or in the boat?
At this point he's unloaded like 3 bags of the mushrooms onto the horse and carriage, and there's still like half a dozen bags and a few crates left in the boat.
Okay. I don't want to try to deceive him again because those are just awful.
But you're also rushing at him at this point, and you have the drop on him.
Yeah, so I might as well just
poor guy.
I might as well just throw this purple green acid in his face.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not gonna throw it. I'm gonna pull the bottle out and then smash it against his face.
Oh my God. Okay, great. Great, I love
This
it.
guy has a tough life, I'll tell you what. He's like,
You get the drop on him, so go ahead and make a. I guess this is just like a melee attack at this point. Just make like a melee weapon attack with advantage. You can just use what you would use for like a dagger roll is fine. I guess we'll just take away 2 because you're not proficient technically with smashing bottles against people's head. But we'll add your. Okay, so we'll just take away the 2 for proficiency. 16 still hits. So go ahead.
I did smash it in his eyes. That's what I'm smashing in his eyes.
Okay, for sure, yeah. Go ahead and roll 4d8 of acid damage for me, Snicket. As you smash the vial of this acidic concoction into the head of Zarkon, the acid spills out from it all across his face, immediately burning his eyes, nose, and mouth. You can hear him attempt to scream for a few moments, before the acid begins to burn his flesh and seal his mouth shut, and it's nothing more than murmured screams from Zarkon as he lies there writhing in pain on the ground before you.
Damn, dude, that's fucked up.
dude.
Now I can have my way with him?
Yeah, he's pretty out of it right now. He's barely conscious, rolling around on the ground, writhing in pain. He cannot see. He cannot speak. It looks like his nostrils. Looks like fucking Voldemort at this point with like a mouth that's like
Interesting.
This guy
melted
cannot
together.
catch a break.
Well, I could kill him.
Actually, no, I take this all back. A couple more seconds later, after all this happens, he fucking falls unconscious. He didn't rest like everybody else did.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. That makes things easy.
You're coming with me.
I
Or
want to.
oh, God.
Jesus.
Stop it, Snicket. You leave his pants alone.
Well, actually, I do want to fish that coin out that he had.
Oh no.
Okay, as you fish the coin out that he had out of his pants pocket, it is a black hand coin. Matches the one that you
Oh,
found.
shit. I already had it. I thought you said it had a skull on it.
It did, yeah. So is the black hand one.
So
Oh,
we-
I
we've
thought it only
already
had a
got
black
one of
hand
those,
on
right?
it. I already had one of those. Now I got 2. Okay.
Grab him and go.
Grab him? Okay, I can't carry this guy and be stealthy. There's still crows everywhere.
You
I'm
have a
assuming.
horse.
I guess where are we gonna?
Dude, I shouldn't have said anything. You do you.
No, I wasn't gonna.
I'm not
I
there.
wasn't. I wasn't gonna. I'm not gonna
I'm
grab the
not
horse
there.
because I wasn't gonna grab the horse. How long did it take me to get to the mist wall from?
Moving stealthily?
Yeah.
About a little over an hour.
A little over an hour. So that means it'd be 2 hours to get back, and he's unconscious. Okay, we're gonna have to. I'm actually okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
He's gonna YOLO it. You guys ready for this? It's about to get wild.
I want to take.
This is what happens when you send Snicket in alone.
I want to take one of the crates that's easiest to access, or I guess they're crates, right?
Yeah.
And I want to hide it. Essentially, look. I guess
You
I want to
gotta
hide it.
in it?
No. I want to hide a crate.
Oh,
Basically, so
damn,
that
I
if
was
he.
about to get hyped. I thought you were just gonna say fuck it and hide in a crate.
Oh my god, that.
And then
That'd
just send the horse on its way.
I want to do a long rest in a crate.
I need these spell slots.
No, I wanna hide one crate.
Okay.
And then I want to, because I'm guessing there's some cattails around that are
Yeah.
a dry enough area. So I want to hide a crate there.
Okay.
I want to open another crate.
Okay.
Dump out my crappy wet ones now because I don't know if they're good or not. Load up on some new dry ones.
Okay.
Um,
Easy enough.
and then
I mean, dude, if you want to, you can. At this point, you can literally take your available carrying weight in these mushrooms. At this point, like that's how many of them there are.
I don't want to do that.
I'm not saying you have to take that many. I'm just saying this is how many are available.
Yeah.
So
Literally carry as much as you
when
want.
you want to mark some down in your inventory, what I'm telling you is you could literally pretty much put whatever weight you want to that's within your carrying capacity.
Now I wish I had that acid.
Shrooms, dude.
How much do they weigh each?
Two different
2 pounds?
different pieces were all sorts of different amounts.
Okay.
So
I'll just say I'm grabbing 35 pounds worth of mushrooms. So I will say
Easy
30 pounds worth of mushrooms.
easy peasy. It is the whatever the fuck I named it earlier. I cannot remember. It's like grave something grave.
Gray
bite,
fist.
Grave
mushroom.
fist. Thank you.
Gray fist mushroom, and I have 30 pounds. Okay.
How much is left?
In just that crate.
No, just like so. There's still like mushrooms.
There's
all over the place.
in total. Zarkon had 9 full large brown bags, like a full bag that you would see people have for like carrying like potatoes and crops and shit. And then he had 3 crates filled as well.
Now is
so
when
So it's
wish-
like more than he could ever carry.
Yes, more than
Yeah.
than Snicket could ever carry.
Gotcha.
I wish I had brought my tinderbox.
Yeah, you brought nothing with you.
I think I'm just going to.
You want to start a fire with just 2 pieces of
No.
wood?
No, I want to tie. Nah, cause tying him up, he's just gonna call for help.
He's not calling for anybody. His mouth is like melted shut.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I want to tie him up then.
Okay, go easy enough. Zarkon's tied up as well.
Sweet. Okay, now I want to stealth back to my friends.
Okay, easy enough. Go ahead and just give me 1 stealth check, and for the sake of time, we will go ahead and just zoot you back over there as long as you don't fail this miserably.
I believe I don't.
Okay, and after like a painful 4 hours, Snicket returns.
Jeez.
With mushrooms.
With mushrooms.
So am I back now?
Yeah. You have successfully traversed, making your way back to your friends still hiding in the same spot which you left them 4 hours ago.
Sweet. So I walk into the spot and I drop my bag of mushrooms in front of Guy quietly. That's to not alert the birds.
Uh-huh.
And be like, is this the right stuff?
So for the sake of time, do you just like fill us in on everything that happened, or
Not yet. No. This is my dramatic entrance, dude. Don't give me this.
Don't you ruin his dramatic entrance.
This is it? Yes.
Well,
Get so much. There wasn't this much.
there's about 9 more crates. If we want it. It sounds like Zarkon was working some deal with Glisk, and I caught him mid-transport, and I don't know if we want them or if we want to go and destroy the rest of them, because we have the opportunity now. Glisk is Zarkon's kind of in a state right now. Cat's got his tongue, so
What does that
we
mean?
could take advantage of that opportunity.
What does that mean?
I threw acid in his face.
When? Where?
It was part of that when I did my whole sneaking around thing. I snuck onto his boat, and then he was loading up a carriage, which now that I think about it, may be a good way for us to get out of here.
Would have been a great way for us to get out of here.
Well, I mean, we can go back and get it. I tied him up so he wouldn't be able to do anything.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
Okay.
Just bat out of hell.
Okay. Well, do we want to go destroy the crates? Do we want to like take some?
No,
how
let's
do we
load
wanna-
all those up.
Okay.
Love mushrooms.
We gotta be careful though, because that there's some scary looking witch things there. One of them eats corpses, so we gotta make it quick, get in, get out before hopefully they don't notice us.
Let's do it.
Okay. Tito, you in?
Mushroom.
And I give Scraffy a good under the chin rub.
Okay.
So I assume Snicket knows exactly where to go since he's traversed this
Pretty good idea, yeah.
34
So, with
times.
the newly founded or newly named Snicket leading the way, you all feel trusted and ready to go and sabotage whatever plan it was that Zarkon and Glisk may have been working on together. But for now, we'll go ahead and end our adventure of Snicket and the gang. I'm sorry that the session was so much Snicket and nobody else. But
What do you mean? This is awesome.
We'll go ahead and end there for the night. I'm sorry to the other two.
No, they have to say thank you because they did a good job.
What?
You have to say thank you because I did a good job and I didn't
Yes,
get
you
caught.
did. I mean, I don't know that. My character doesn't know that.
You know I didn't get caught because I told you I didn't get caught. Or I'm back.
Also, the question I wanted to ask but caught myself was, they're mushrooms. They can get wet.
I mean, I don't know that.
Like,
But
mushrooms.
the thing that I didn't mention was you have telepathy. Why didn't you check on me every so often?
It's only within. It's limited telepathy. It's not like.
Oh,
wherever.
there's a range distance?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, that makes sense.
Yep.
So we're level 5 now?
Yeah.
No, sir. So,
JR, I have a little bit more information on the stuff that we were talking about. I guess it's been a while since we talked about it.
Alright, well, I'm going to dip out, guys. You guys have fun.
All right.
Thank you, JR, again. This is
yeah,
awesome.
of course. I'm about to go too. I gotta get some food
Peace.
and then I gotta go to bed. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll catch you guys later.
we'll have to.
Peace.
We'll talk sometime soon about it, though, John.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Later, boys. Thanks for
Bye.
playing.
Bye. Take it easy. All right, see you later, David.
Peace.
Bye.
Alright, well, the adventure will continue again soon. Thanks for joining for now. Catch you later. Peace.